Hi, this is Bernie Marsden, and you're watching Rocknlive.
What I hate about the line in track, these old balls about to break my back. I said, oh boy, get your line on the track. Oh boy, you get the line on.
I chose shine because it's a small word, but it has a big meaning. And I wanted something that was easy to remember, and it's the title track of the album. But when I began to record that song, I didn't know it would be the title track. But I thought we'd keep it simple, and it made for a good graphic anyway. And I like the word shine, and I really like the title track. So it became shine quite early in the proceedings. Yeah.
Oh boy, you get the line on the track. Oh boy, see how the wheels on the line in track. Man and a baby lying in the shades, talking about the money that I never made. Oh boy, get the line on the track. Oh boy, get the line.
Yes, I was at Abbey Road for about 9 months last year. Abbey Road is a very special place. It's very special. It has great history, you know. Everybody knows about the history. But the most important thing is probably still the best recording studio in the world. They have all the modern technology, but they also have everything from the past. So you can mix and match. And they also have great instruments in there. So I used the piano that was used on Sgt. Pepper. I used the organ that was used on Beatles tracks and Pink Floyd tracks and stuff, because all those instruments are still in the studio. It's a great place to be. It's a great place to work.
Oh boy, get your line on the track. Oh
Well, I recorded this very sweet instrumental piece with a dobro guitar, which is a steel guitar. And I was on my own in the studio. The guys had gone out for a cup of coffee, and when they came back I said, don't talk, just press record, I have this idea. So what you hear on the album is me playing it once, and then afterwards we built the track into what it is on the album. Did it kind of backwards. Then I didn't know what to call it, and then I realized that everything, the vibe was coming from the building, really, the ideas. And the postcode in London for Abbey Road is NW8. So that's the reason I called it that. Mainly on this album I used some old Marshall amps from when I was in Whitesnake. I still have those amplifiers. I used a very old Gibson, a small amplifier, and I have an old orange lead guitar amplifier, which some days works, some days doesn't work. I use that, and I use some modern stuff as well. So we kind of mixed everything up. I had some apps, some plugins, and if somebody would have told me I would be using plugins, I would have said no. But they sounded so good, I would be stupid to say no. So it's basically a sort of 75% amplifier album. And the guitars I used my signature guitar from PRS, which is doing very well. I used a couple of old Gibson guitars I have at home. And I used one very famous guitar, which is called the Beast. And that's on about 4 tracks. And including the one Joe Bonamassa plays, which he plays my guitar on the track he plays on, so that was good. Well, Lady Friend is about several different people, but mainly one, and when she hears it, she'll know, and she'll be quite angry, I think. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a blues song, really. It was a cry for help at the time, not from me, from her, and it inspired the song at the time when I was writing it. And I've changed it around a little bit now and added this great harmonica player. So that's what it's about, really. It was about broken relationships, really. Yeah. Wedding Day is one of the only songs on the album where I wrote the music first. And one week went by, then another week, and I thought, what am I going to do with this song? And then I was driving back home one night with the backing track, and I thought, hang on, what happens if two people who were friends before meet each other when they're older? And he says, are you married? And he says, no. Are you married? No. I said, well, maybe we should have gotten married. They go to a wedding, they meet each other, they become very friendly, and maybe this could be our wedding day. It's just a story. It's a kind of a love story, I guess, you know, but done with a pretty good backbeat. Well, David Coverdale was always my dream, to be working with him again in the studio. And so I thought, well, how are you going to do this? I thought the best way is to telephone. So I called him up. I said, would you sing on my album? He said, of course. That was how easy it was. You know, he didn't say call my manager. He didn't say call my people. You know, it was me calling him, and he said, of course. And I sent him the track, and he just said to me one thing. You're going to have to do the guitars again, because he sings with this magnificent voice, and I'm really, really happy with the track. And well, it sounds like Whitesnake, because I guess it is Whitesnake, because it's me and him and Ian Pace on drums. You know, Ian Pace, the same thing. You know, if you need the greatest rock drummer in the world and he's in your book, just call him up. You know, Cherry Lee Mewis with Bad Blood. She's a young girl singer that I've only known for a couple of years, and she plays live with me sometimes, not very often, but sometimes she does. But this song, Bad Blood, it's a nasty song. It's a nasty piece of work. And I thought, how can I make it really sick? And I thought, have a woman sing it, because it's like she sings it really good. And I think she's done a great job on it. So Don Air is on the album. He's on the title track, Shine. Don and I go back a long time. And I play on his records, he plays on my records. That's the deal we have, kind of thing. And then we have Joe Bonamassa, and he plays just fabulous. He's a great musician, he's a great friend of mine, and I really, really respect what he's doing. You know, he's a new guy, he's a young guy, but he plays with great passion, fantastic ability, and he just came into the studio on his day off during some gigs. That's the kind of guy Joe is. And he played my guitar in my studio on my album. I think that's great. That's really good. And he was kind of instrumental in me making this record, because it was through me playing with him on stage that the record company guys would see me at gigs, and they say, well, look, why don't you make an album? So, and here we are talking about it. So just, Joe won't take that kind of credit, but without him I don't think it would have happened. I knew that when I had a certain track to do, I knew the people I wanted, because I know the way they play, the way they sing. So it was pretty much easy to do. The hardest part was finding the time with everybody, so when they were working and I could bring them into the studio to do the stuff. But it worked out very well. I was very lucky. It's nice to have a good book with good people in that. That helps a lot. Get your line on the track. Get your line on. Get your line on the track. One, two. Get your line on the track. I hope so. I'd like to come back to. We're doing some shows in England in October, November, and I would very much like to get back here, because it's a long time since I played in France. There's a very long time since I played in Paris, and it would be good to come back here and play somewhere like New Morning or something like that, and you know, get some interest going and let people come and see what I really do, you know, and hear the songs, hear some new songs, hear some old songs as well, and have a good time. Have a good time. That's what I do it for. I enjoy myself. Just that it's good to be here today in Paris and speaking to a lot of French people today, and everybody speaks lovely English, and my French is still terrible, terrible. Yeah, it's been too long since I played in France. It's people here, they enjoy their rock music, and they like. I think they like good musicians. I know they do, and it's been too long. So I look forward. I look forward very much to coming back.
Get your line on the track.